Welcome back. It is our last video of week 4, and we are going to talk about Google Slides. So, an oldie but a goodie. Everybody loves a good Google Slide. Google Slides has finally got some new templates, so we're going to talk about that today and a couple of other fun things. So, on our agenda for today, talking about changing the theme, publish to web, which I actually referenced, I think earlier in Google Docs, but I'm going to show you how to do it in Google Slides because there's the it's a little bit more applicable in Google Slides. Share with comment rights, format images, and then jump to a particular slide, which is something that Google really hones in on as kind of like a good interactive feature and to help differentiate instruction with your learners too. So let's jump right in. I am actually going to use my week 4 Google slide. It's going to be a great option for us to look at some different things. And actually, I take that back. The first thing I'm going to show you is a free website called Slides Go. They do have a paid plan, but you can find tons of templates for free. So I have used Slides Go for years because I will tell y'all one of my personal pet peeves is when I go to a conference and I see the same old slide template, theme, whatever, all the time. So I love for my slide template to be super relatable to my topic. For example, I just did a March Madness themed PLU and I used this basketball template right here. So even though we were talking about Google stuff, the whole theme of the day was March Madness. So I chose to do a basketball theme. So if you are doing PD and you can give it a theme and tie it in, that just is another great way to help engage your learners. So, anyway, back to Slides Go. You can search by templates. They do have an education industry. Let's see. I thought here it is right here. Education templates. Not with basketball. We're going to clear that one out and just go back to Slides Go. And then you can pretty much type in anything you want to. So I am going to do education because they have lots of like interactive notebooky looking slides that I really like too. So here's the thing, if they have a little crown, they're part of the paid version, but there are so many that are free. I've used this notebook one. They have a study guide for middle schoolers. This little sketch one is super cute. So all you do if you get ready to find a template that you like. So I'm gonna come over, let's see which one. We'll do this elegant one, bachelor thesis, whatever that means. So you're going to click download and you're going to choose what format you want it in. So we're going to download and open in Google Slides. It's going to make you make your own copy, which is fine. That's what we want because we want to be able to edit it. So one thing I also really like about this is you are going to get a lot of slide choices. So scrolling down really quickly, I've got 47 slides. I've got actually 30 that have this template applied to them. So they have already built out boxes with graphics and cute little icons and things like that too. So you literally just have to plug in your information. SlidesGo also does have a new AI tool where it can help you make a presentation. I've played with it a couple of times. Normally, my presentations are too specific. It's really hard for me to use AI, but you could use that as a starting point for sure. Um, so, SlidesGo themes help associate a theme to what you're presenting and just kind of make your material look new. It's a really good product. Like I said, I've used it for years. So I'm going to go back over to this one. So this is just kind of a plain Jane slide, essentially, because I went with the Google theme, simple and clean. So I am going to jump to formatting images and jump to a slide because the other ones are kind of like final things. So if I want to format my images, so I've got my icons right here. I've uploaded those. I have a couple of a couple of options. I can do a drop shadow on my image. I also can do a reflection if I want my Google slide. That's very dramatic. Let me do that one again. If I want my reflection of my Google Drive to be on there, let's bring up the slide to have a reflection too. You also can include alt text, which is a really great idea to include to help make this accessible for all of our learners. Um, do I do it on every slide I do? No, I do not. Um, should I? Probably so. Things like our website always require it for things. it requires an alt text, but I will say I'm guilty of not always doing that in presentations. Then you also can recolor it, you can position it differently, and you can rotate it. You also can crop your photo in your slide, excuse me, to be different shapes. So if you wanted it to be rounded, you could do that too. I do not, however, want that for this time. Another thing that you can do is I am going to take each of my images and I'm going to link it to jump to that particular tool in my presentation. So I have my image selected. There's a blue box around it. I'm going to come up here and choose my hyperlink button. Now, if I wanted to link this to the website, drive.google.com, I could do that too. Or I can choose slides in this presentation. I see that right here, Drive starts at slide number 2. So I'm going to link it to start at slide 2. Docs, I'm going to do the same thing. Click on my icon, click on my link. I look over here on my right. Docs starts on slide 5. I didn't mean to click that. So slides in this presentation, slide 5. And slides starts on slide 14. Link, slides in this presentation, and slide 14. So now, whenever I am presenting, if I click on Drive, or slides, it is going to go directly to those particular slides in the slideshow. So again, that's a really good way to help like differentiate what your kids are doing in the same document. Okay, so now we're done. We want to publish this slide, but I don't want anybody to mess with it. I want them to be able to look at my slide and have access to it, but I don't want them to do anything with it. So I can share it with view-only rights, but you know as well as I do, people can still make a copy and then go edit it. But another thing that we can do is that we can come over here. We're going to share and we're going to publish it to the web. So this is also the way that you can make your slideshow loop on different things as well. Like if you have a monitor that you want a slideshow to continuously loop on, this is going to be where this option is done too. So we want to start it as soon as it loads and we want to restart it after the last slide. We're going to publish it. So yes, I'm going to publish. You also can choose how you want your, oh, I'm sorry, that's in Sheets. So never mind. I was getting confused. So now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put this in a new tab and show you what this looks like. And so now all I can do as the end user is sit here and watch, or I can navigate through. I cannot save this. I cannot make a copy of it. I cannot edit it. So this is, again, a great way to protect your information you have in a slide. Oh, another thing I would like to show you too. Let me see if I can do this in presenter view. Um, yes. Okay. So if you will please turn your attention to the bottom of my screen. If you're familiar with presenting in Google Slides, then you will know this little navigation box comes up down here. I'm going to click on the 3 dots, and you have a couple of options you may have seen before: full screen, exit, turn on a pen, turn on a laser pointer. But captions is a newer feature where you can choose to turn captions on. And while you're presenting your Google slide, captions are going to roll across your screen. You can choose for them to go to the top or the bottom. Top seems kind of counterintuitive. You're thinking, I really want that to go to the bottom so it's not super distracting to my audience. However, if you're presenting to a large group of people, not everybody may not be able to see the bottom of your screen. So that's why mine were initially at the top. Captions are only available in English at this time. They are working on translation feature. But for those learners that are not great listeners, but good readers, might benefit from being able to do captions. And as you can see, I have a pretty thick Southern accent, and it is picking up just fine. So I hope that you maybe can take your Google Slides that you use currently, maybe jazz them up a little bit. Oh, one more thing I will also show you. I have clicked off the background, and so over here under themes, you have all of the old ones that Google has gotten into. And then I'm going to open up a new slide really quickly, there are lots of new templates that they have added. And these are very similar to Slides Go, where it gives you several slides already pre-built. And so then you can choose which how you want your slides to look and things like that. So before it was kind of just like you picked a template and then you added in slides and it was just kind of plain Jane. Now they kind of have gone with more of the Slides Go approach. So I hope that you can take something that you've learned today and help incorporate those new skills into your next slide presentation.